Hey there everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi. Today we are doing a little bit of a scramble video. I needed to do a kitting up video, so that's what you're seeing here. You've got our empty storage containers here, a big old pile of drills here, a funnel, just a little off camera. I've got our scissors, our Sharpie for labeling, and then I've also got our stickers to put on our containers over here as well. So we've got everything we need, and I'm going to be kitting up Astrid. This is by Myka Jelina and produced by Diamond Art Club, and this is for the Mykathon that Jenny Rose, I believe it's Jenny Rose Diamond Painting, is hosting that event for all of August. So you post your blank canvas of your Myka Jelina kit that you're going to be working on, and then there's progress photos, all of that stuff throughout the month of August. And I really wanted to participate. I was a little late to picking out my canvas, and so it just got here today, and I believe the event starts tomorrow, if not the next day. And so I wanted to record an unboxing and a kitting up. Sorry, I'm just cleaning up. If you noticed, if you did watch the unboxing of this, there's a couple areas that had some gloopy stuff, and I've never seen that on Diamond Art Club's canvases before, but it was pretty easy to scrape right off, so no big issues there. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and get this kitted up because I intend on starting on it as soon as we're ready to rock and roll for the event. So as soon as the gun goes off, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. I hadn't really got a chance to look at this. It is a 56 by 74 round canvas. During the unboxing, I quickly covered where some of the ABs go, and now I'm taking a look at the canvas, and it's a pretty good mix of color blocking and confetti, especially when you get to this corset and kind of neck piece part, as well as her hair. We're shifting colors pretty frequently, so I think it's going to be a decent challenge, but the size is nice, 56 by 74, not massive, but something that would take me at least a couple of weeks, if not a few weeks. So I'm really looking forward to getting into it, but in order to do that, we've got to kit it up. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to get started here. I've got my sticker sheet here. I'm not going to use these stickers. I like to use this as like a walking legend. And so I just kit up with these labels, and I just put the series or serial number 1 through 34 here. So we've got 34 colors and 4 ABs. So we're going to start with 125. And I had my ABs kind of pre-cut out because that's what I typically do during unboxings, is I'll cut out the ABs and try to find where they go. And then from some other kits, I have some pre-labeled containers over here off to the side that I hold on to once I empty them. So I've got some 1s and some 2s all the way through 46, just some odds and ends. These are just extras from kits that I finished. So I'll start with those, that way I don't have to waste more stickers. So I can just pour right into these. So we've got number 1, which is 125, which is a number utilized for Aurora Borealis drills from Diamond Art Club. So not really a DMC code, it's kind of their own internal code for their AB drills. So there's that. Boom. Awesome. I'm really liking these Diamond Art Club round drills. So I'm gonna pop that in here and then replace the one over here with a blank and set that aside. Easy. Wow, that was really easy. Okay, number 2. I've got a number 2 over here, and that's gonna be 126. So I hope everyone's having a fabulous week or weekend, depending on when you're watching this. This was a little bit hectic. There was delay in shipping. So this was supposed to come yesterday. So this was supposed to be my Friday night project, and there was a delay in shipping. They said it was going to be here this morning. So I was like, perfect. That'll still give me some time. I do have plans this afternoon. So, you know, I wanted to get this done. That way I could jump right into the Mykathon when it kicks off. And then I got a notification from FedEx saying there was going to be another delay, and they had issues verifying that the address was like a valid address. I've never had that happen before, and I order too many kits from Diamond Art Club. Whoops, sorry about that, shaking ya. Way too many kits from Diamond Art Club for this, you know, that if this has never happened before where I've had an issue with shipping, I'm like, hey, well, you dropped off a box last week and the week before that and the week before that. So I don't know what the issue was this time. We're moving into number 3, 129. But lo and behold, they were like, they were trying to hold the package at the FedEx, you know, distribution center. And I was like, okay. So I called them and they verified that they had the address, or I verified that the address was correct. And like, okay, well, we'll try to have it shipped out again. Like the next time it can get back on a truck, they'll try again. And I was like, when do you think that might happen? Like, oh, well, by the time it gets back through processing and put on a truck again, it'll take a couple of days. And I was like, I really need that kit to start my event or, you know, participate in the event. So I was like, is there any way, is there a customer pickup at this distribution center? And they're like, yes, but you have to get there within the next 45 minutes or else they close. And I was like, perfect, on my way. Looks like we're looking for number 4 now, which is going to be 141. It's hiding back here. Okay. And I don't have a blank or a spare container with that, so I'll have to create a new one. So I hopped in the car, I threw Apollo in there, and we just went for it. So we drove out to that facility, which was probably about a 25-30 minute drive from my house, maybe a little less than that. But then when we got there, it was not as formal as, you know, walking up to a counter or anything. You literally had to go up to like the security check-in where the employees go in and out, and they write down your tracking number on a little sticky note and your name and approximately what the box size is and what it should look like. And so it was not formal whatsoever, and it took about 45 minutes for them to come back outside with my package. So it was quite the process sitting in the car for that long when, you know, I'm trying to get stuff done and I have plans this afternoon. I wasn't expecting it to take that long. And then, of course, I was like, well, now we got to race home, and I got Apollo fed him some lunch when we walked through the door, and then I immediately jumped on to do this, to do the unboxing. Whoops, almost dropped that. And now the kitting up, because I kind of want to get this done, go do that work event here in the afternoon, and then be able to come back and keep working on my other kit try to get as much done as possible on the kit that isn't for the event. That is, what am I working on? Oh, it's Self-Portrait by Tamara de Lempicka and Distracted by Diamonds, because I was really trying to avoid having 3 whips. So now I have my second kit, the Red Gate of Hongo in Snow, from Uniquely Yours Down Under. I haven't touched that in a couple of weeks. Just the confetti got a little bit too much for me. So that's sitting in there. Now we've got Self-Portrait, Tamara de Lempicka, and now Astrid is going to be my main focus. So I want to finish something. I get a little bit anxious having these many open kits. Luckily, I have the space to do it, and I have enough storage containers to keep 3 kits kitted up at one time. But I don't really like I don't really like it. I can, but I don't want to. So when I get home tonight, I'm going to really focus in on trying to get as much of that Tamara de Lempicka kit done. And the same with tomorrow, because I think the event starts 2 days from now, I want to say. If it starts tomorrow, I'm going to have to alternate between the 2 kits, but I'm like, can I, in all reality, get through, you know, that entire Tamara de Lempicka in a weekend? And I have like half of it to go, and it's taken me a couple weeks to get first half, but I've been doing it very casually. I don't have a ton of plans this weekend, which is lucky. It's kind of one of my off weekends for the summer. So maybe I could get them all done, or get it all done. It would be 2 really long nights, and I'd be exhausted on Monday. So I'm probably not going to get it all done, but I'd like to put a good chunk in it. That way I don't feel like I've got like 2 half-finished canvases and I'm starting a new one. I don't know. I've been really avoiding it, and I've made it this far without having 3 kits open. I've always had 1 or 2 in rotation. So that was 155, number 5 here. Hope you can see that. I don't know if I'm doing business off camera. No, this is pretty much off camera. This is honestly, I slapped this together because I was like, you still got to take a shower and make sure Apollo's taken care of, because I have to leave him in the crate. And so I have a lot that I still need to do before I leave here in like literally like a couple hours, maybe even less. So a little bit of a rushed kitting up, but that's how you got to do it sometimes, you know. And I didn't want to have to sit and do this. We're looking for 208. Tonight when I got back, I'd already be tired. I was like, I just want everything set up and put away. That way I can snag it when it's time and just focus on my Distracted by Diamonds canvas tonight and tomorrow. And then go into the Mykathon feeling kind of fresh and ready to go. So this is 208, number 6, and I do have a spare for this one as well. I'm loving it. I used to put all the DMC codes on here, specific to the kit, and the last couple of kit ups that I've done, I've not done that. I've just been putting the number, the serial number, or the sequence number, and it has been so nice to have all these extra containers to reuse, because then I'm not wasting as many little stickers. I'm not having to sit there and peel off the stickers and get that gunk everywhere. It just makes it go a lot easier. So I'm going to definitely keep doing that, have a little reserve of containers that are already labeled so I can grab what I need. It's just been really helpful. So there we go. Da, da, da. Okay, so next up we've got number 7, and that's 209, and I do have a spare of that. Let's see where 209 is. Come to me. Let's see, it looks like it's a lighter purple. 209, there it is. Cool. So yeah, I guess, you know, I wanted to take a little bit of this time too, since we're here. I was gonna do a second whip-in chat this week, but I'm gonna call this just kind of kitten chat. So there is, you know, a couple things that I just wanted to cover, or I guess one main thing, and I haven't really had time to piece together how I want to word this. I want to be kind of careful in what I'm saying, and it really just comes down to kind of a couple of things. So I guess, you know, my intention today, or what was scheduled for today, was a video that I had decided to call Battle of the Diamond Painting Trays. So it was going to be my very first premiere. 7209, perfect. I just want to make sure I had that right. That was a little full for my taste, but for the sake of forward progress, we're not going to worry about divvying that up. I try not to go too full in my containers, because when you go to use them, if you're only using 1 or 2, to try to tap your diamond painting tray, those few drills into a really really topped off container, they just spill everywhere as you're diamond painting. So I try to leave a little bit of a gap. So I might have to find a good section of color blocking to do there before so I'm not spilling them everywhere. So number 8 is our 210. And it looks like that's probably going to be this one hiding here. There it is. This is a pretty full one. Okay, so today I had scheduled a premiere of a video that I was calling Battle of the Diamond Painting Trays. And it was a video that I recorded earlier this week, or even earlier than that, but mostly earlier this week. And, ooh, there's a little bug. Ugh, ew. And it basically was a comparison video between 2 really popular diamond painting tray brands. And if you watch my unboxing of my latest NYX's Notions shipment, you will have gotten like a little teaser of that. I showed the trays that we were going to be utilizing, and just very, very kind of an intro to the video. And then I actually filmed the full-length video, and it took about 2.5 hours, not quite that much, almost 2.5 hours of filming. And then I edited it, I had it edited down to just about 1.5 hours, maybe a little bit longer. So 90 minutes of reviewing 3 diamond tray brands, and each one had 2 trays, so 6 trays each. So I had that all prepped to go. I put it on my social media that, like, oh, we're going to be doing this Battle of the Diamond Painting Trays. And I was a little bit cheeky about it too, because, you know, I wanted to try to create some buzz, but it was essentially a very, very point for point, at least I felt, breakdown of those trays, and incredibly detailed. I mean, I don't know if anyone would have sat and watched through that entire 90 minutes of tray comparison, but I did it. Oops, dropped that. Luckily it was closed. But I did it, and so I put the preview up on Instagram. I had the premiere set up because I was intending to do like a live chat as, you know, like as people were watching it for that first time. Not that I expected like a ton of people, you know, or anything like that, but maybe there was a couple people that maybe would have questions in real time, that type of thing. So now we're moving into number 9, which is 211. So I got all that set up, got it all established, put it on my stories, put it on my actual, like an actual post. I had it like shared, and I got some feedback pretty much, not necessarily immediately, but the following morning. Just someone let me know that they didn't particularly feel comfortable with me posting that video or sharing that content in that manner, like a small business versus another small business type of thing, for a number of different reasons. But when it all comes down to it, they just didn't feel comfortable with me sharing the content that I was planning on sharing in that fashion, and didn't ask me to take it down, but just let me know that they weren't particularly happy. And the whole point of that video was to strip away some of the, you know, there is a lot of feelings, you know, strong feelings about some of these companies and them versus another, that type of thing. It can get a little bit heated, which is understandable. But my whole, like, my mindset was, I'm going to take all that out of it and just talk about the actual product itself. And get all the feelings out of the way. And that's kind of the angle that I was coming from. So at first I was, you know, to be honest, a little bit defensive of like, this is exactly what I'm trying to avoid by, you know, by doing this video in this manner, and, you know, maybe just give it a chance. But I could tell that, you know, there was more to just the review. There was just there's a lot more tied to what was going on with these two particular tray brands that I had any idea of. I think I started diamond painting maybe right around the time when some of this, you know, started to get kicked up. And so I was just not aware of maybe how strong the feelings were, or the seriousness of the situation. And to be honest, in retrospect, it was a little insensitive of me to like just jump in with this like, who's gonna duke it out, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was just in poor taste, and I just didn't have all the data in front of me at that time. And had I known, you know, what, you know, some of the feelings were behind, you know, everything with these two brands, I probably wouldn't have never even tried. I thought it was just maybe some just little bit of bickering, or like, you know, just scuttlebutt, that kind of thing. But it seems like it was a little bit more than that. And so I wanted to respect this person's wishes. And so I pulled the video down and just said, hey, take a look at it. And, you know, I'll just make it private and I'll send it to you. Let me know what you know, if this is still something that you wouldn't want to wouldn't want to see online. And I respect whatever you decide. And so they took a look at it and had a couple questions. And before they even gave me like a firm yes or no, I just made the decision out of respecting the community and respecting the people in the community that I really value and trust their judgment, to just pull it down. So I ended up just deleting it. I took off the stuff off of social media because I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers, and I'm not trying to create enemies or burn potential bridges, because a lot of these people are people that I want to collaborate with in the future and, you know, have the opportunity to work with in whatever capacity that is. And I'm not about to, you know, light that bridge on fire for the sake of a video. You know, that seems a little bit silly. And like I said, the whole purpose was to kind of lift up, dispel, like remove kind of the drama around things, or just take, you know, take those products and review them from an analytical product standpoint and kind of removed the feelings. But I think that was a little bit of a cold approach, even though it seems practical. And I was thinking of it from a practicality standpoint. Like, if I'm a brand new diamond painter, I just want to know which is you know, what's a good tray, you know? So I think it was just a little bit misguided. I didn't have the full grasp on the situation and maybe the gravity of the situation. So I just decided to reverse course there a little bit. So if you were expecting to see that today, or you've heard me mention it a couple of times, like, I'm going to do this tray comparison, yeah, it's not going to happen. At least not from a company, like small business versus another small business. It's just not. The more and more I think about it, I'm like, yikes. So if I do a review of like something that's like a tray or wax or pens, then I'm going to do it as just a solo review talking about my thoughts and feelings on that particular product, and not place it up against another small business, because, you know, these are people that put their heart and souls into what they do. And it might be fine to do a comparison or say, oh, I think it works well as compared to glue dots, or something that's kind of like a larger, based off of a national chain, you know, or even the pink wax from like Diamond Art Club. That's so ubiquitous that it's kind of okay to contrast against that. But to put two small businesses, you know, one person doing all this out of their own home, to, you know, do that, I think is just in a little bit of poor taste. And in retrospect, I shouldn't have. It was a bad idea, and I rectified the situation. And the person that did reach out to me with their concerns, or, you know, with their request, not even a request, but just with their concerns. That's fair. Their concerns. I think we're good. So no issues there. You know, I had no intention of trying to like ruffle any feathers. I was just trying to get to the meat and potatoes of those trays. But you can do that in a way that doesn't make people feel that you're pitting their companies against each other, those types of things. It's not something I was intending on doing, but in retrospect, it was kind of exactly what I was doing. So anyway, that video is gone, but I will be changing up my approach. I think what I'd like to do is something called, I don't know what I'm going to call the series, but I was toying with the idea of like, try with me. So we get a shipment of whatever that product is, be it trays or wax or what have you, and we just do the unboxing, talk a little bit about the features and maybe some of the information that you can find on the website or the Etsy shop. And then in real time, rather than just saying, okay, it's unboxed, bye, in real time, cut to grabbing some drills or grabbing my current whip and actually seeing how it works in action, make it a little bit more of a long form kind of interactive thing, as opposed to just cracking open a box, showing you the stuff and then saying goodbye, really putting it to the test. So like for wax, get an empty pen tip and feed it in there and try diamond painting for a section or something like that. So it's a little bit more of an investment of time, but it at least gives me the opportunity to show people in real time kind of first impressions, as opposed to just, you know, either waiting for your next whip and chat, which sometimes I forget what I mentioned in an unboxing that I was going to use next, or comparing it to, you know, head to head with other companies. It's just, let's just talk performance in the moment and leave that up to other people's decisions. You know, if you have used other brands, then you can say, oh, that reminds me of, or I probably wouldn't like that because I like XYZ that does this. You know, let consumers kind of do that, but to kind of force that opinion, especially when people are, you know, asking you not to, it's just, I don't think it's in my best interest. It's not in my channel's best interest in terms of like wanting to include as many people from the community as possible and make them feel welcome. So I just had a little bit of a course correction there, and a little bit of an eye-opener as well. And yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say on that. You know, like I said, my intention is not to ruffle any feathers, and I probably won't be responding to any comments. Not that I am expecting any, but any comments of like, oh, who is it? Or, I mean, you can go and watch that unboxing and you'll know exactly what's going on. I'm not necessarily trying to hide it, but I just don't want to, I don't want to cause any more conversation around a topic that might be something that people are just trying to move on from. I just wanted to provide an explanation as to why I have been hyping up a video for like the past couple of weeks, and then it's not going to happen. Like, I'm not doing it. So I just wanted to be transparent there. If you do need, for any reason, you do need extra clarification, you can message me on Instagram, and I'll be happy to chat it out with you. But other than that, I'm going to be highlighting small businesses, continuing to highlight small businesses and try to lift them up and shout them from the rooftops. I just need to make sure that I'm doing that in a way that is respectful to those business owners and is something that they would be comfortable with, and do a little bit of homework and research before I'm just buying anything and everything because, you know, my opinion is what matters most to me. Just taking a pause and maybe doing a little bit of reviewing of said products and then making my decision after I've, you know, gathered enough info. So a little less jumping into things blindly, I guess, which I think is smart. I think that everyone should be doing that probably from time to time. So that's my goal, is just to be a little bit more cognizant, a little bit more intentional with the products I purchase and spotlights that I do and how I approach comparisons. That's going to be kind of the rest of the year, is just being a little bit more cognizant of that. So anyway, all that being said, we are on, I don't even know. Okay, we're on 12 and this is 3:18. Boop, boop, boop. Apollo stopped chewing on his bone, so I may need to go figure out what he's getting into. Okay, great. So yeah, other than that, this weekend, or this past week, you know, I did my whip and chat kind of midweek, so you kind of have a pretty good idea of what's going on over here. But it's been nice. It's work has been, it was kind of nuts. Last week was also kind of nuts, but things have calmed down towards the end of the week. We got into a little bit of a better rhythm and a little bit of a better pace, so I was able just to kind of take a slight breath. Still crazy, but at least it feels like that craziness has been acknowledged and it's not just, you know, it's not just me. Like, is everything crazy right now? So let's see, I'm looking for like a purple 333. There it is. So that was nice to kind of like, we did a lot of team exercises, or, you know, some collaboration. And then we also had an all team meeting, like an all talent acquisition meeting, which is just kind of is a state of the union address essentially that they do, I think, quarterly. So it was nice to have that, get a little bit of perspective from the leadership side as to, you know, some of the changes that are being made and how we're moving forward on certain things and kind of status of where we're at. And so that was nice just to get that, because sometimes you can feel a little bit lost. So kind of having that, those types of meetings to regroup is always really helpful. So I appreciated that we got the opportunity to participate in that. And then we had another all-team meeting that was specific to like my smaller group as opposed to all of talent acquisition. And so that was a lot more fun because it was just a smaller group. It was a little bit more informal. It was more about celebrating achievements and highlighting specific people as opposed to just talking about like company-wide initiatives. You know, it was a little bit more on a smaller scale. So it was really cool to see some of the people that I had helped get hired into either promotion roles or new roles to them get kind of highlighted for some achievements over the past quarter. It was kind of cool to see like, oh, I remember that, you know, I did your first phone screen and I reached out to you via LinkedIn and now you're out here kicking butt. So it was kind of cool to see that. Let's see, just grab these little guys. I don't know what it is, but I feel like round drills are so much more like delicate. They feel a lot lighter and I'm just like, oh, little baby drill, be careful. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, a lot of meetings, but I feel like I have some stability again. And with any roll, things kind of ebb and flow, right? So like I was really in this lull for a while of like, okay, I'm finally getting into the groove of things. And then all these changes hit and I was like, change, why? And then now we're kind of getting into the settled piece again. So hopefully we get to sit in that for at least a little bit. I feel like it's like a fleeting moment before we get thrown to the next wolf, you know. 413. Okay, there's that. But it's going good. I'm liking it. You know, there's ups and downs just like anything else. But like I said, I'm going to a team weekend party. My supervisor, my boss, is throwing a little party at her house. So that's where I'm headed to as soon as I'm done kitting this up. We're moving at a decent speed. I'm gonna have to like scream through that shower though. And Apollo's gonna get a relatively short walk, but that's okay. He had a decent one. So so she's doing it at her place. And I've never been there before. This is the first time I've ever done like a boss invites you to their house outing in like any job ever. So I'm a little nervous, but also excited. I think it's going to be fun. This is my, my boss who actually introduced me to diamond painting. So, back in January when I started at my current company, when I walked in, she had all these diamond paintings all over her walls, or her office. And I was like, what the heck is this? And she's like, oh, it's diamond dots. And she just called it, because I think diamond dots has just been around forever. So I think a lot of people called diamond painting diamond dots, like Kleenex or Xerox. So yeah, she's like, oh, it's diamond dots. And I was like, okay, and tell me more. And she was like, oh, well, you get this like canvas and then these drills and you just get them on Amazon. And yeah, it's like, she's like, I found out about it during COVID and I was working from home and it just was like this craft to keep my anxiety down. And her husband is a police officer and he works, swing shift. So he is out until like 1 a.m. Sorry, I just dropped a drill. I'm trying to find it. Is that you? Yes, it is you. So that's how she was utilizing it. And then when she started working back in office, she just kind of kept up with it. I felt like I just heard a drill drop. Anytime I kit up, I always lose like a little bit of drills, you know, and I used to put them in my spare. I had like a spare container that I would keep going when I was kitting up. But now I've kind of learned like 1 or 2 spilled drills here and there is not going to kill anyone. And so, and I haven't used a single piece out of my spare pile yet. Like I've never been like, where's that spare container? I always end up just dumping it when I'm done. So I stopped doing it. So if I do drop a drill or if it's too far gone and I don't remember exactly what shade of blue it is, it just gets tossed. But anyway, so yeah, so she was like, it's called diamond painting. She showed me like where she's like, oh, you just go on Amazon and you can search for that. You've got anything and everything you can think of. So I got on Amazon and did and purchased my first kit. It was like this really saturated kind of like fantasy forest scene. And it was itty bitty. I think it was probably like a 30 by 40, maybe even smaller than that. And this is I do have a 17 over here. Cool. And so I did it and I worked it up really quick. It was a round. And in retrospect, it had a lot of, it was pretty terrible drills. I just finished a Diamond Art Club round drill canvas. It was called The Captain. I finished that a couple of weeks ago. And it was like night and day. Like, it was like, oh, this is how round drills are supposed to be? Like, I've kind of been avoiding them because all I had to go off of was an Amazon kit. So now I've got a bunch, like this is round. I've been purchasing more round drill canvases. I want to incorporate them more into my stash because they do work up faster and I like that speed. I like that sense of accomplishment, whereas squares for me are just a little slower moving. We are looking for 5, 19, there it is, okay. And this is 18, I don't have one of those. So I picked up that Amazon kit, I did it, it was fine, but in retrospect it was fine. In the moment I was like, this is fantastic. And so immediately, like I went from 0 to you know, Amazon to diamond painting Deutschland really quick, because the first thing I do when I find a new hobby is like, go look and see if there's a community built around it. Watch videos and stuff. And first one I watched was Miss Coffee, and then I think I started watching Diamonds and Washi, and then just kind of, you know, snowballed from there. So yeah, I saw that Katie on Diamonds and Washi was doing, I don't know if it was around that time, but the videos I was watching were mentioning Diamond Painting Deutschland and that Josephine wall canvas that she had been working on. We're on 18 right now, and let's do pink. So I went to Diamond Painting Deutschland, and I wasn't necessarily in love with the Josephine wall style. That wasn't really my style. In the moment, I was like, I want something sci-fi and space themed, because that's really what I'm into, and I think that's one of the reasons why Astrid speaks to me so well, is because of that. Have you been seeing me? I need to work a little bit closer in here. I'm so sorry. So I looked up a galaxy painting that Diamond Painting Deutschland had and purchased that. And then at the same time, I discovered Diamond Art Club. So I was starting to gather those, or starting to look at those. And then, of course, I got sucked into the hole that is paint with diamonds and spent way too much money on some customs there way too early. Once again, do a little bit of research. Trust your fellow community contributors, because that was definitely one where it's like, I don't think so. I bet you it's just fine. These people are probably just Diamond Art Club snobs, and that's so expensive. And so I was like, I'm gonna get paint with diamonds. And even though it is also expensive, I can be like, heh heh heh. Not necessarily that in that tone, but it was like, let me try it, you know, let me see if I can, you know, come in hot early on and be like, they've really changed since these videos that I've been watching, or these reviews that I've been reading from 2 or 3 years ago. They've really changed, and they're worth giving a shot to. That's kind of what that mindset I was going into with, is like, it's gonna be fine, and it was not fine. So I ended up throwing away the 2 customs. I have one more from them sitting in my closet because I haven't touched it yet, and I don't know if I'm going to keep the canvas and try to order new drills, because the popping drills was the biggest issue I had, or if I'm just going to toss the whole thing. I haven't decided. I need another orange. I don't know why I keep using more orange than these other colors. Maybe it's because, for whatever reason, orange ends up being where I have multiple containers and other kits, so I've burnt through my oranges. But I've been trying to go pink, orange, green, pink, orange, green. That way I don't have like all the colors, all the DMC codes of one sticker color. Just trying to mix it up for my own head to be like, oh, all my blacks are orange, or something like that. You know, all the 10s are orange. So anyway, let's see. We are on 20. Let's see, and that's 762. Let's see, where are you, buddy? Throwing these away as these go. So anyway, I had a big head about paint with diamonds. That bit me in the butt. So I, you know, don't really look at that site anymore. And then, yeah, I had that Diamond Painting Deutschland. That was the first kit I did outside of that very first one from Amazon. And it was a giant, I think it was 120 by 60 square, with just a ton of 310. It was just like, of all the kits I could have picked, like, it was really one that should have broke me immediately. Like, nope, not into it. And I loved it. It was so much fun. And I think that was kind of proof for me enough that, like, if I can get through this, which other people would be like pulling their hair out about, then this probably is a craft that's going to stick around and be with me for a while, because I'm having a great time with this. Hi, buddy. Hi, Chuck. We're getting close here. So we're at 22, and that's 797. Let's see, 797. Where are you? Apollo's, he's looking at this tripod like, I'm gonna knock this over. The AC's been off for far too long. You haven't stopped talking. So anyway, so I have purchased a kit for her. I got her a Diamond Art Club one. I forget where I got it. I think I got it out from Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I don't remember. But it's like a safari scene with like the giraffe and the elephant and stuff. They're kind of in the background in black, kind of silhouetted. I forget what the name of that kit is called, but it's around. It's fairly big, and she hadn't done any big canvases like that. Like, hers are all in that like 30 centimeter range, like somewhere in there. And so she was like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do with this? And I'm like, you're supposed to work on it. And so she did, and she loved it. And then after she finished that, like a few days later, she's like, have you heard of this company? Have you heard of this company? Have you heard of Dreamer Designs? Have you heard of Paint with Diamonds? And I'm like, giving her like my inside scoop, or like my opinion of those. And I was like, if you want consistency, if you want it to be like the one that you did, that diamond art club that I gave you, just keep doing diamond art clubs, and go with that. Because even though those other companies will have like buy one get one half off, or buy two get one half off, or whatever the case may be, like you might be unimpressed with the quality now that you've tried a DAC canvas. And I'm not about to try to get her into like diamond painting Deutschland, or even like Distracted by Diamonds, like an Etsy shop. Like it needs to be something that's really, really accessible, and maybe has like a coupon or deal attached to it, has a lot of kind of more bigger licensed artwork, like the Marvel, or like the other stuff they do, like Game of Thrones, like all, like it needs to have some like recognizable like brand names and stuff too, because she's really into that kind of stuff, like her shows and everything. So we're at 23. Apollo, what are you doing, baby? 23, let's do green. 23. So yeah, I think that's why I kind of pushed her towards DAC, because I'm like, you're gonna get some of your licensed stuff, you're gonna get some brand name things on there. I mean, they've had friends kits and all sorts of fun stuff, so it's an easier sell, I think, for someone that's transitioning from like the Amazon kits. It's hard to be like, okay, so what you're gonna want to do is log on to Diamond Painting Deutschland, and you're gonna use the translate button because it's all in German. And it's just like, what? And so I don't want to overwhelm her. I'm gonna ease her into the world of more like top end or like higher quality diamond paintings. But I would like to have her try a Distracted by Diamonds. I think she'd really like it. But Diamond Art Club is just such a safe bet, you know? And if I had anyone ask me where they should start, that's probably what I would suggest. Like, go to the sales section of Diamond Art Club, find yourself a nice small round, start there. If you like it, go bigger round, try a small square, go bigger square, and try multi-placing, and just kind of see where that takes you. But yeah, I wouldn't ever have someone jump into like a giant DIY moon shop or something. Not that I've even tried those, but like I have my eye on one, but I would never recommend someone start there, because it is a big investment too. Like, or if you want to do something, Diamond Dots is a perfect one to do too when you first start out, because they're very accessible. You just pop over to you know, any craft store and snag a kit from them. So there's plenty of options. I'm just not about pushing someone in that direction necessarily, especially if I learned diamond painting from her and then I'm going to turn around and be like, oh, well, have you heard about licensed images and, you know, paying your artists and all this stuff all over your cubicles stolen? You're a thief. You know, like, I don't think that's the best approach. So I'll just keep encouraging her to purchase from like places like Diamond Art Club and let the quality sway her in the right direction, I think. And I think it will, because she was already like on Dreamer Designs looking at stuff, and she's like, wow, these are really expensive, but that one that you got me was just so nice to work on. And I'm like, yeah, maybe just stick with Diamond Art Club then. 939 is number 24. I've got 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rid of these. Whoopsie. What did I do? There we go. Okay, I said 24, didn't I? Yes, and we'll do pink. So yeah, she's super sweet, and she has been so nice. Like, she brought me a couple of her larger diamond painting trays that she's picked up from Amazon, and then she brought me a bunch of her little baby boats, because I was like, I cannot do this. It was with my first kit. It's like, I cannot do this one color at a time thing. I need to, you know, have at least 2 out. She's like, oh, I got you. And she brought me like 8 of those little boats from her Amazon kits that she had, and I was like, oh, awesome. And then like I upgraded my own setup to like, I went through a number of different Amazon trays before I upgraded to like some 3D printed ones and stuff. We're working at 25 now, which I have a spare of, and that's 9.55. Apollo. I need to check on him. One moment, please. Okay, sorry about that. I heard him gnawing on something, and I turned around, and he's got a paper towel in his mouth, and now he is jumping on me. So we will be wrapping up here shortly. I may have to stop and do this in 2 parts just to make sure that he's not going too crazy. We'll see. We'll see how wild he gets here. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep recommending her try Diamond Art Clubs, and maybe go pick up like the Diamond Dots, the brand, because they have got really nice quality stuff too. And then she'll be using licensed images and loving it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see though. I'm not trying to push her or anyone in that direction. Woo, that's too full. Oh, Anthony. Apollo's got me stressed over here. Okay, we may need to take a break. That was a little haphazard. That was avoidable. Let's get a tray. I can't reach them. Oh my goodness. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. He's like, if he is in a mood to like play, it's all over. Like, he's going to sniff out and search something that he can pull off a shelf or yank down, and he's just gonna go for it. And it's almost like he doesn't even know what he's doing. It's like, sometimes I'm like, Apollo, and he turns to look at me like, what? For instance, my headphones just hit the ground. All right. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a break here. I may just have to get ready for this event, or this little party, and go do that and finish this up tonight. I was really hoping to get this done before I left, but I need to take care of him. I still need to shower. He's officially eating my headphones. Okay, I gotta go. I will pick this back up this evening. Bye. Hey there. So I don't know how much of the last clip there is. I was able to feed Apollo, take him outside to run a little bit, and he was good to go. And I really didn't want to have to kit the rest of this up tonight. Really wanted to just get this done. So he's been chilling with his bone for, I'd say, a good 20, 30 minutes. And I came over here and thought I hit record, and have been continuing to kit this up and yapping, talking about us going camping and how he doesn't seem to be that motivated by human food and blah, 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 on and on. And then I went to go look up to check that, make sure I was still in frame, and the camera was off. So I believe the past 20 minutes I've been talking to myself, which is really cool. So my apologies. I'm on my last color here. I was able to crank through those last like 7 or 8 colors since the last time you saw me. But yeah, this kitted up nicely, no issues. As soon as we get this last color in these containers, I'm going to put this container set in its little zippy cubby and set that aside. And then I wanted to pick out the washi tape that I'm going to use for the border. So we'll see. I've got a couple options here, so you won't be able to necessarily help me choose because I'm going to be working on this probably before I see the comments. But you'll at least be able to help me through the process in spirit. So these are 34. Let's go ahead and do those. I'm going to do those in green. We're using too many oranges. 34, 34. And I always put 1T, which is my trash. So any trash goes in there. I'm not super good about doing finishes. Not that I've had a ton of finished canvases, but I tend to work late into the evening to get those last few sections done on a canvas. And then by the time I finish it, I'm just like exhausted. And it's usually because I want to bring it in to show it off and work in the morning. So then I just take it straight to work in the morning and don't even do a finish reveal or anything. So I need to be more patient with that. And if I finish a canvas, it can wait another day before I take it into the office so I can do a full finish. But what I'd like to do during finishes is show how much trash I had for that particular kit. I don't even think I've done it once. But there it is. So let me go ahead and put these away. Still recording, yes. I can't believe I was sitting here going, I was going into it about Apollo and how I think he's too skinny and like all this stuff. And I don't even know if any of it got recorded. That's when you feel like particularly silly, right? Because it's already a little bit silly to do a kitten chat or whip and chat from a concept standpoint, you know, if a stranger was just to walk by and hear you. But to really just be talking to yourself is like, it's like, whoops, sorry. That's when you know that you're dedicated to the craft, when you do that and you realize it and you just hit record and you start right back up again. That's how you know you're in it for the long haul. So I'm just cleaning up, don't mind me. I just wanted to get some things put away, but I wanted to show you the zipper case that this will be stored in. You'll probably be seeing it on a number of whip-in chats. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these, we have all of our lids, okay, great. Just gonna go ahead and put these in our little spare section over here. This is awesome. I have room to kit up one more large kit before I'm probably maxed out on my storage container space. Do I have it in me to kit up a fourth kit? Probably not, but if I did, I would be kitting up Where the Fun Never Ends by Mandy Manzano and Diamond Art Club, because I need to get that done for a Christmas gift. So here is our large sticker sheet, our container here. I'm gonna go ahead and slip that right into there so I have it every time I need to diamond paint. And that's just gonna get zipped up and put down with the other kitted up canvases that I have. And then I have this one final remaining, so here's all my little spares. Like I said, I have these spare numbers that I can use when I kit up, and then those. So this is a 120 set, and so this is my last one that's empty, and then all my storage will be filled up. And I think I could get that Mandy Manzano in here, so who knows? If I feel extra spicy and I'm like, you know what, not only am I gonna break my 2 kit rule, but I'm gonna just move to 4. I really do need to, this has to get done in the month though, Astrid, because that's part of the whole event. And then I have this as well. I'm gonna put this off to the side. This is just my little inspiration of don't forget about your kit. And then once I finish it, I'm either gonna purchase a logbook, or I've been sticking them to my storage drawer. I have like a 3-tiered storage drawer that I got from Walmart. I've been sticking my finish stickers. So right now all it has is the captain, and I think I put Soul of the Rose on there too. So I thought that'd be kind of a nice way to commemorate that, but I'd also like a journal too for recap purposes, because I was trying to go through in my head and think, what are all the kits that I finished so far this year? And it's hard just to like know them off memory, especially as I do more. But anyway, okay, so we'll use this for reference. So this is your finished image. So there's your kind of color palette there. And you can look at that unboxing that I did as well. But there's a lot of turquoise and aquamarines and the dark blues and blacks. So that's our color palette. So I was thinking of potentially this like really light gold. Oops, sorry. Might look good there. And this is the Scotch washi tape. Most of these are. This one I think I got from Anixa's Notions package, I want to say. And it's kind of a brick high sheen silver. I thought that was kind of cool. It's like a geometric high sheen silver. And then I also have this dark blue with gold stars. I figured since this is kind of a space or galaxy kind of or sci-fi painting. This one's kind of my least favorite, I'd say, out of my options. And then my last one would just be a plain silver. I'm running low on this because I used it for, what did I use it for? I used it, I think maybe for Midnight Laundromat. I'm not sure, but I'm running low. So I've got this too. So I think for me, it's gonna be a draw between these two. And then from an amount standpoint, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough for this, but I think I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go for this one. I kind of like this high silver with that kit. So let's give it a shot. Let's see how much of this I have. And then if I have to use a second one, I'll do this one or something like that. So there is our chosen washi tape. I've got 3 rolls up here, which means I have 3 kits going. And I guess one last thing. I didn't mention this because honestly, I forgot, but I want to figure out real quick what I intend to do with this canvas Let's see if I can zoom you out. No. Oh, yeah, I can. There we go. There we go. Sorry. Because I want it to qualify for the DP with Sparklers event that's going on. And so I don't have, I do not have round specialty drills from DP with Sparklers in TMA. I only have a variety set that was squares. However, I do have quad cubes. I have these gunmetal quad cubes here that fit on a round canvas. If you remove 4 round drills, it's the same size as a single quad cube. So I'm thinking I might quad cube her eyes here. We have those 4 black kind of there in the center. I think that might be kind of cool. And then I was also looking at some of these bubbles. In the center of some of these bubbles also has some blocks of 4 black. So I was thinking of dropping a quad cube maybe like where you think the light might hit it as well. Trying to see if there's anywhere else where I might be able to jam a quad cube in there, but I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quad cubes could be used in this canvas. If I'm feeling extra saucy, I may hop onto the site now that I have my DMC codes for this kit and see if I can find some sparklers, because I've never used them before, and they're like glass drills. They seem really cool. So I was thinking of maybe picking 3 or 4 colors and doing some crystals, or some sparklers, I'm sorry, in this kit. Most likely some of her hair, that way I could do some up here and in the body piece as well. Most likely some of those like turquoisey colors if I can find them. So I don't think I have to like have a certain amount of specialty drills. I just have to have a specialty drill from DP with Sparklers on the canvas. So I'm gonna do some research. I just don't know if I want to wait for them to start this canvas. I mean, I guess what I could do is just avoid drilling on those areas until I get them in. I mean, technically I could do the whole border. That's pretty much all 310. I could just have a 310 party for a few days or a week until I get those and skip over the areas, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet. If I do decide to do that, of course, I'll do an unboxing of those drills. I do have some drills from Diamond Dots that are rounds that I could absolutely use, but they're not DP with Sparklers. And so I don't know if you're allowed to mix, still use my quad cubes and then use ABs and metallics elsewhere. But I kind of had these earmarked for some other canvases, so I'm probably going to hold on to those. And I mean, I'll be honest with myself, I'm probably going to place an order with TMA. So the other thing that I'll just do a quick show and tell. I know we're going long, but I don't know if this is going to look good on camera, but I went in and decided to purchase enough containers to do all of the DMC codes for my squares. And I intend on doing this for rounds. So as you can see, we're 5 deep here and 6 here. So we've got 6, 12, 17 of these containers, and each one I believe holds 28 drill boxes or little containers within the container. And they're all organized by DMC code 1 through, I don't know, you can see the sticker sheets down there. Those are my extras. So I have 5 of those sheets. Sorry for shaking you. So I have 5 of those sheets. Here's my plan. And this might be overkill, and I'm going to do it one step at a time. I'm not going to go too crazy. So if I need 17 of these per set, right, then I'm going to do 1 for my regular squares, 1 for my regular rounds, 1 for my AB squares, 1 for my AB rounds, and then maybe another half set for all of my specialties for each. So a full set split in half for things like these silver metallics from TMA, gold metallics, gold gunmetal, AB712 glows, all of that stuff that doesn't fit in your traditional like ABs or regular drills. Have a half-sized set of square and round for those. So as I continue to kit down my kits, I'll have everything I need for those extra drills. I'll probably label each of these containers, like this will say square 1. So I'll put a little circle here on the container that says S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, all the way through 17. And then for rounds, R1, R2, so I know where they go. And then the square AB would be SAB1, SAB2, and RAB. And then I think specialty would be SSP, square special, and RSP, round special. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I will have to, because I can only fit like essentially 1 set, and I'm gonna have a total of 5. So I'll probably have to get another storage drawer set or 2, and I'm gonna probably just keep them under my table. And that way I have each drawer on the front of the drawer will say square regular, square AB, round regular, round AB, and then specialty. So 5 drawers total. So that's how I think I'm gonna do it. I have enough of these to do another round right now. I'm going to do my round drills next, but I only have so far, because I've only worked on the captain from Diamond Art Club. The other rounds were that Amazon kit, so I did not save those. So this is all I have. These are all my extras from the captain. So I didn't think it was time yet to buy an entire new kit. Just for these. And even here in the squares, this is going to be a long video, but even here you can see like I only have 1, 2, 3 out of all of these DMC codes. So who knows how long it'll take before I have them all filled, but at least they're here. And then the other thing that I can do too is I've noticed on a couple lives that I've joined, people have said like, oh crap, I just ran out of blah, blah, blah for, for a kit. Does anybody have these? And so it'd be so nice just to quickly flip through my containers and be like, yes, I do. I'll empty that out and put it in an envelope and send it to you. So I kind of want to be that person too. So let me know if you have any other ideas for storing your drills by DAC number. I was just storing them as I finished a kit and just not caring which order they were in. I was just putting a sticker on one of those and dumping them in there. And I found myself never reaching for those because they were all mixed up. Like it'd be like 939, 310, then whatever, 38, blah, 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 like all went in one row just because that's how I kitted them down. It just wasn't practical. So I was like, either I throw out all my drills after I'm done with a canvas, or I figure out a way to really organize these that makes sense. And then I saw Jade from Jaded Gem Shop. How she has all of her drills organized for, when she ships them, is all organized by DMC, all on the walls in these beautiful bins with like spoons and stuff. And I was like, I want to find like a miniature way to have that much organization. So I think that's how I'm going to do it, is just have 5 drawers dedicated to round, square, and specialty. So it's probably overkill, but it's what makes sense in my head. Let me know if you have other ideas. Otherwise, I'm literally cleaning up as I'm talking to you. I'm not going to make you sit around while I do that. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This is coming off the table, and I'm hanging it up on... Oh, I guess I can show you that too. Hanging it up on these pants hangers, which I bought recently because I needed more, and I regret it. The reason I regret it is they don't twist. They are welded on, so they kind of have to sit straight in your closet. You can't like twist them a little bit, so they're at an angle, and so it's not as comfortably fitting in there as I'll show you. This is the Distracted by Diamonds kit. That's my current whip. So you can see up here, I can twist this any which way, so I can almost get it to lie almost horizontal with the closet, whereas the ones that are welded, they're kind of straight in and out. So if you have got a really big canvas, they kind of poke out a little bit, which isn't ideal. So anywho, that's that. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. If you have any other tips for kitting up or organizing drills, that'd be great. Otherwise, you're probably going to see Astrid pop up on some upcoming whip-in chats. because I want to get that done this month, and you may see a DP with sparklers unboxing coming sooner than later. But I'm going to get out of here, turn this AC on, play with the dog a little bit more. I still have to pop in the shower. I'm going to be late. I've already just kind of come to terms with that. Pop in the shower and then head out. But we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, or those that you think might take some value out of it. But we'll see you next time. Thanks again, and happy placing. Bye.